Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. The tension in PDP is deepening day after day. And now, as of yesterday, Wabor was suspended by the Abia State Executive, and the suspension was called off by the National Working Committee via the Office of the Publicity Secretary. But interestingly, the same Abia State Executive, they have spoken and they said that Wabarasuspension can't be invalidated. And you'll be shocked some of the response they have sent across to the National Working Committee. And this is a pointer to the fact that the party is gradually being torn apart because in event of trying to prevent them from upholding Wabarasuspension, they have given their position. Now, according to the news, Abia State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has insisted that the chairman of the party's board of trustees, BOT, Senator Adolphus Wabor, remain suspended. The Abia State chairman of the PDP, Abraham Amma, made the position known while reacting to the statement from the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Debo Ologunaba, dismissing Wabara's suspension. According to Amma, the state Executive Committee of Abia followed all constitutional provision in suspending Wabara, and the move is legally binding. Can be recalled that Wabara was suspended on Tuesday by the Abia State chapter of the party and barred from holding any party's office. The decision was reached after a state executive committee meeting presided over by the chairman, Amma Anam Abraham. The Abia State PDP accused Wabara of anti-party activity and failure to apologize despite being given the opportunity to do so. It noted that Wabara's activities are unbecoming of a former Senate president and chairman of the party's BOT. However, the National Working Committee of the PDP described the purported suspension of the Board of Trustees BOT chairman Adolphus Wabor as null and void. PDP, in a statement through the National Publicity Secretary, Honorable Debo Ologunaba, said no state working committee has the power to suspend or take any disciplinary action against a member of the National Executive Committee of the party without due recourse to the National Working Committee as provided under Section 57, Subsection 7 of the Constitution of the PDP as amended in 2017. Now, the PDP condemned the purported suspension of Senator Wabor as reckless, unconstitutional, and cautioned those behind the act to retrace their step, as the National Working Committee will not hesitate to take appropriate disciplinary action to preserve the stability of the party and sanctity of its constitution. Reacting to Ologunaba's statement, the Abia PDP chairman said the National Publicity Secretary spoke in his personal capacity and not on behalf of the National Working Committee. He therefore insisted that Ologunaba's position is not binding, adding that they won't hesitate to go to court on the matter. Amma added that based on the PDP's constitution, Wabara's position as the chairman of the party's BOT doesn't stop him from facing disciplinary action when he does something wrong. Let me quote him exactly. He says, "We categorically state that the decision of the Abia State Executive Committee to suspend Senator Adolphus Wabor met every constitutional requirement of the party and cannot be invalidated by a mere statement from the National Publicity Secretary, which is not a byproduct of any official resolution of the National Working Committee NWC. For the avoidance of doubt, the Abia State PDP is taking this decision relied on the provision of the PDP Constitution as amended in 2017 as follows. Section 58, subsection 1b and h. This section provided that a member of the party may be sanctioned for engaging in anti-party activity or any conduct likely to bring the party into disrepute. The endorsement of a sitting governor from another political party as done by the Senator Wabor clearly constitute a violation of the provision. Section 59 subsection 3 explicitly stated that the Board of Trustees is not immune from disciplinary action where necessary. As such, the decision to sanction Senator Wabor is well within the powers of the Abia State PDP. Section 59, subsection 4, affirms that the party can take disciplinary action against any member whose conduct contravenes the principle of the PDP, further reinforcing the legality of the sixth decision. Section 57, subsection 6, while the National Publicity Secretary referenced Section 57, subsection 7, he conveniently ignores Section 57, subsection 6, which provides that the power to take disciplinary action against any member is vested in the relevant executive committees at all levels of the party, subject to due process. The Abia State PDP has acted within the legal framework. Speaking for the Abia State PDP chairman added that only a competent court of law or the National Executive Committee (NEC) of the PDP has the authority to overturn the decision of the State Executive Committee, and until then, Olugunaba should exercise restraint. In his words, he says, until such a competent authority pronounce otherwise, the suspension of Senator Wabara remains in full effect. We urge the National Publicity Secretary to exercise restraint and avoid issuing statement that lacks a constitutional basis, mislead the public, and ridicule the party. The PDP as a party must uphold discipline and accountability at all levels, and no individual, regardless of position, is above the constitution of the party. As a state chapter, we should not or we shall not hesitate to seek appropriate judicial redress should any attempts be made to subvert the decision of the Abia State PDP sake through unconstitutional means. That was the position they have taken, which means they are saying that the suspension of Wabara is still valid. My colleague is in the house, and we just want to talk about this. Just like everyone has been saying, this is a clear voice of Jacob, but the hands of Esau. We know that a lot has been happening ever since Wabara got involved in the issue of Wabara, making that pronouncement that he should shift so that Ude Okoye should take over. They had been Samuel Anyanwu should shift and Ude should take over. There had been this aggressive wild wind of argument, fighting him tooth and nail. What's your position on this?
Like you've always said, like you always say, the voice of Jacob, the hands of Esau. We all know, I'm sure even the leadership of PDP knows where this is coming from. Why all of a sudden Wabara did some weeks back, they said if he was the father, if he was Wike's father, Wike said he would have disowned him. A whole lot of things were said. Still the same BOT, where some persons, pro-Wike supporters, insisted that BOTs did not have expired, that they are illegal BOTs. So much, all because of they said to stand for the truth, stand for the constitution of the party. But my fear is this: where to what extent will they go? Where will they stop? If they can go as far as, challenging the chairman of the BOT Board of Trustees, then who is too big? There's no sacred cow here. But the funny part in all of this is the fact that they are suspending quote and unquote Wabara from the ward level, even though it is unconstitutional in PDP's party constitution. But yet, Wike have gone scot-free, saying things worse. When I mean worse, as in openly declaring anti-party, insisting that even this tenure is not done, but he's already giving assurance to the Mr. President that come 2027 is going to get his full support and all votes will go to him, and he will ensure that he wins 2027 election APC candidate. And yet, nobody has deemed it fit to sanction him, how much more his ward level to even call him to order. No, it's as if it's untouchable. It's as if it's even the law and the constitution of PDP. As in one man being the law, one man being the constitution is untouchable. And in all sincerity, just like King have always been saying, if this is not corrected, then we are looking at a PDP that is standing on one-legged for now. And hopefully, if they continue in this form, they may not even be a party to run. They may not even have a platform. All the governors, all the senators, the House of Rep members may not have a party to run with come 2027. And that is the game plan. And if they do not rise now to whatever, even including those who try to recall or suspend Wabara, all of them should be brought to book. Nobody should be above the law. But the problem is this: it has to start from the very beginning. You cannot start suspending or dealing with those who called Wabara out or suspend Wabara when the very people who are instigating it are working freely without any form of recourse or even showing some sort of apologetic move towards that. They need to really, honestly, if it is not stopped now, we won't have a PDP called a party come to 2027.
Wow, this is really troubling. Since talking about the same Wike, we saw how he boldly recommended an APC senator in Abuja that he will be the next to take over from the Labour Party. And the big question is, does it mean there is no PDP guy there? All of that is enough proof of anti-party activity. Now, I think right now what has been trending is the fact that if you want to goof in the party, what you do is to make sure that you go and concretize your stand at your ward level, at your state level. Make sure that you influence their election so that whatever you do, even if they run down there, they won't have an opportunity to deal with you. I think that's exactly what is going on in the party. We'd like to leave it there.